Welcome, Pisces, to the Temple of Consciousness, and for your June 2025 Astro Tarot forecast. This will be a combination of astrology and the tarot, and will be relevant to you if your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Pisces. My sun sign is Pisces, and I'm a dragon. It's my little dragon shirt. I was born in 1952, the year of the dragon. So I'm a water dragon. That year was a water element sign. So I'm also Scorpio rising. So I am flooded with water, with feelings, with emotions. So I start this forecast with an investigation of the transits of only two planets, Mars and Venus. I find astrology to be a remarkable tool for divination, but it can get very complex. There are so many mathematical elements to it that we can often get the message lost in the myriad of ways we can look at it. So I've reduced the reading, the forecast, to two planets only, and I find that Venus and Mars are quite appropriate because they spend a shorter amount of time in a sign and in a month, a period of time, so they bring our attention to the energies of the moment. And I'm going to follow this with a tarot forecast, which I've also simplified to only 4 positions. And I hope to tie these two narratives, forecasts, together for you. And then I'll follow that with a yoga pose and a yoga mudra, because I am a lifelong yoga teacher, and I have many yoga sessions, workouts that I presented here on this channel for you, because I believe that the body should not be neglected in our search for spiritual development. It is as important to have a whole body, a healthy body, as it is to have a healthy mind and a robust need to know. All right, so with that said, let me organize here for a little bit, and we will begin with the transit of Venus. Venus moves into Taurus on the 2nd of June. And for us Pisces, that puts Venus in our 3rd house. The 3rd house, on a mundane level, can represent siblings, brothers and sisters. It represents the daily activities, lifestyle, the comings and goings within a community of people that you live with. And Venus represents love, compassion, harmony, money, gifts, and pleasure. So combine those two things, and what do you have? You have a period in which you're going to experience very pleasant daily happenings and encounters with your community, be that your immediate community, or with me, it could be my internet community as well. So this makes your daily life very sweet, very pleasant, full of joy, lovely encounters, enjoyable conversations, meeting new friends within your community, becoming integrated in a way that allows you to share your love, your compassion, your joy, and what gives you pleasure, you share with others. So that is a beautiful transit for us Pisces in June. This is primarily during the first half of the month. And then it sort of gets more intense as the month goes on, as it enters into the sign of Taurus even more deeply. I have Moon in Taurus, so it should be even more emotionally relevant to me. So please check your sun sign, moon sign, and rising sign for their signs, their placements, because they could be also very relevant for you. Now, Mars, during the month of June, travels through 2 signs. It changes signs right mid-month. The first half of the month, it's in Leo. And the second half of the month, it transits into Virgo. This places Mars in your 6th house for the first half of the month and your 7th house in the second half. So the first half of the month, Mars in Leo, in your 6th house of work, of health, of your service, what it is you like to do primarily to support yourself. And Mars is the planet that represents ambition, drive, focus, intentional targeting of your goal. Being in the 6th, this has to do with your work. You're going to be working very, very hard during the first half of the month. And with, again, Venus in Taurus in the 3rd house. By the way, I may have not mentioned that this could also be networking with your community. So you are driven towards your work goal. You're relentlessly committed to completing a work project, or just devoting yourself entirely to the tasks that need to get done for your work to succeed. The second half of the month, we see Mars moving into your 7th house of relationships, deep personal relationships. It could be that you are putting a great deal of energy into forging new, vibrant relationships, or reviving old relationships and making them or reviving the passion in them as well. Doesn't need to be a romantic relationship. It could be a friendship where you're pouring more energy into that friendship and feeling passionate about your community and your developing friendships within that community. So we'll keep it at that and now start your tarot forecast for the month of June. Wait for it. Welcome, dear Pisces, to your June 2025 tarot forecast. Again, a reading relevant to you if your sun sign, moon sign, or rising sign is Pisces. My sun sign is Pisces, so of course this is relevant to me as well. That was a interesting forecast for the transits of Venus and Mars. Relationship, health, work are energized and blessed. So with that as a anchor, a sort of a philosophical anchor, let's begin your forecast for June. I want to make sure that the reversals are made upright so that when I do insert a reversal, it will be unique to this particular reading. So that was only one reversal, and let's shuffle a bit. Take two cards out, reverse them, and so we have two reversals. And while I shuffle, I think about you, dear Pisces. Pisces, of course, is the last sign, and it's a mutable sign. They are more adaptable than the other two water signs, Scorpio and Cancer. We all share, all the water signs share deep emotional resonance. We literally are guiding our way through life with an emotional rudder more than an intellectual one. Pisces is particularly flexible. And I, as a yoga teacher, am both physically and emotionally, spiritually flexible. So you're open, but you're very sensitive. You are very innocent. And that sensitivity, that innocence can often be abused, mistaken for weakness. So many Pisceans retreat when faced with any kind of conflict or confrontation. They just curl up in their own chrysalis, cocoon. And Scorpio has a very long memory and will very rarely forgive, but a Pisces is not like that. A Pisces, generally, given some time, will forgive the wrongs that have been perpetrated against them. They are consequently very telepathic and imaginative. They make great artists. They make great seers, gurus. And I'm a Pisces. I'm a yoga instructor, and I've met many in my field. There is a preponderance of Pisces people inhabiting this field of knowledge. So, now that I've shuffled, let's see what our forecast is for June 2025. First card indicates the focus, the subject, the energetic theme of the month. And we have the Three of Wands. You see that? So, the Ace of Wands, the one, at the one, you have an idea. You initiate an idea. At the Two of Wands, you make a plan, make decisions, refine the idea. At the Three of Wands, you launch it out into the world. You present it. You display your art. You display your work. Remember, we've got the transit of Mars in the 6th house during the first half of the month. So you might be launching some entrepreneurial enterprise or a project, a product, an idea is spread out into your community. Venus in the 3rd house, Taurus. So getting to know the people in your community by sharing with them your ideas, your products, your service, your concepts, imaginative concepts, and thus enriching them and yourself. That is the theme, the energetic theme of the month. So that's a combination, I think, of Mars in the 6th and Venus in the 3rd. And again, it might be about your health too, launching a whole new health lifestyle. Enterprise. All right, so let's move on to the position of the specific challenge for the month. And here you are. That's the Queen of Cups. She's the Queen of Water. She could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. She combines all the characteristics of these 3 water signs. And so she has the power to influence. She has the intuition to know what's ahead and to prepare and plan for it. And she is calm, having command and control over her emotions, her ability to stay centered and unperturbed by either the turbulence of her immediate environment or the turbulence from which she has just exited. she's the meditating queen. And so, all these characteristics I've just described are, for you, what is your challenge. To be the best Pisces that you can be. So, let's, I'd like to, it's getting darker because I think it's going to rain. It rains here maybe once a day for half an hour, and then the sun comes right back out. Beautiful Hawaii. All right. In the position of what might be unexpected, what you in no way anticipated happening, that will make you feel very excited about the event, will be more water. So we have the 7 of Cups. Look at him. He's in the shadow. So he's a little bit in the dark. And he's looking up at 7 cups. They are filled with different objects. These are his options, imaginative options. Some of these options are more realistic than others. Your challenge is to dream, and to dream big, to dream in detail, and to choose out of the myriad of options that you may have, those that are most likely to succeed. So to take you out of the shadows and to allow you to manifest that particular dream. So this is what is unexpected. This, so many options, so many choices, so many ways things could go. And you are sort of launched into this state of daydreaming about these options, perusing them, seeing, well, would that fit? What would happen if I chose this option? Would I be happy? Would I be in a better position than I am now, either financially or emotionally? So this is what you're doing, perusing your multitude of options, Pisces. Aha, more cups, more water. And look at this. This is the 5 of Cups. So, look at him. He's in a black cloak. His head is bowed down. And he is looking at 3 cups that have been tipped over, and the contents of which have been spilled out. So there's a sense of loss, losing something perhaps that you thought was going to be a viable dream, a viable option, we have Mars moving into the 7th house during the second phase, the second half of the month. Maybe Mars is the planet of aggressive action and decision making. So maybe you cut yourself off from someone or some previously held dream, and you realize that it just isn't working. Right behind him, he's got 2 full cups. There are 2 dreams, 2 options left that are, in fact, what he should be focusing his attention onto. So this is a warning not to take too seriously the losses that may feel emotional, but you see, you've got a lot of options. You've got a lot of dreaming to do. And you will be able to set free one of those options. The one you see his leaning on a particular wand for support. One of those ideas are going to be the start of a great either business or relationship enterprise, or partnership, or union. That is your forecast for the month of June 2025. So now wait, please, because I have a yoga pose coming up that will help us to deal with our challenge and to make our dreams come true. From the physical to the mental to the spiritual, uniting body, mind, and soul. So thank you for coming. Thank you for supporting, liking, sharing, and subscribing. I very much appreciate it. Thank you. Welcome, Pisces, to your pose of the month, for June, of course. And in perusing, looking over the multiple implications of the astrology and tarot forecast, I think that Venus in Taurus in your 7th house is very profound, and everything else is a product of that. So what I think to do for us, being a Pisces myself, is to show you how you can open up your heart and retain the strength of self-protection. Having a strong back, a strong spine, is a strong will. Will and compassion join together. So let's start. I'll show you this more or less sideways. We sit on our legs folded underneath us. The feet are directly underneath the hip sockets. We extend the arms out and we lay the torso down on the legs. We adjust the arms and we open the fingers and we reach out for something that's just out of our reach. And then we exhale and bring the torso, the belly, the chest, the shoulders, and the head down. And we release our tension. We release our stress, worries, and problems. We let it go. Breathing now abdominally, expanding your abdominal wall out
as you inhale and pulling it in as you exhale. We extend from the shoulders through the fingertips, head down. Take a deep, deep breath now. Inhale, face forward and lift your body up. Make sure the knees are in line with the hip sockets. Press down into the arms as you press your weight forward. Open up the fingers gently now. We reach forward through the hip, the chest, and the head. We support ourselves on straight arms and we look up. We curl the toes up, we adjust the kneecaps, and we arc the spine up. Feel your spine. Open up the chest. Press your hips down. We hold. And we breathe abdominally. We look up. Straighten the arms. We turn the toes up. We arc back. Tighten the buttocks. Breathe slow and deep now and feel it. Gently relax your toes, your kneecaps, your hips. Keep a steady and secure energy moving down your arms, pushing down into the arms. We lift the hips up and we press them back. We're exhaling. We push into the hands. We bring down the belly, the chest, the shoulders, the head. We cross the feet. We soften the elbows. We bend the elbows and lay the hands over each other, and we turn the crown of the head onto the ground, and we let go. We sigh. We release our tension. We sigh. We sigh. Inhale, tilt your head up. Bring the heels up. Bring your chin up. Extend the arms. And then pull back. Cross the feet. Sit on the feet. Bring the torso up. Roll your shoulders up. Deep breath through the nose. We open up the chest. Exhale. We bring the shoulders down. And we place our hands into prayer. Let me face you. Thank you very much for coming to your yoga pose of the month. Welcome, Pisces, to your mudra of the month. Now, the previous pose will help us to open up our heart chakra, to give us backbone, the willingness to fight for yourself, be on your own side, not be trespassed upon. That was the last pose. I want to give you one that will give us just pure energy so that we can utilize that energy to manipulate the world around us so it conforms to our highest ideal. So this pose, this mudra is designed to fill your inner reservoir of energy
So let's begin. We place the left hand in front of us, cupped, like a cup. We take the right hand and we make a fist, and we lay that fist in the cup, and we point the thumb up. We lower the hands to about navel level. We relax the shoulders and we bring the elbows slightly out and forward. We make sure that the back is flat and the legs are relaxed at the hip socket. We take a deep breath. Exhale, we close our eyes and we let the electric energy pour in to the tip of the thumb. Feel it entering into you, circulating within you. Inhaling it in and exhaling out your tension. We sit and we breathe and we feel. Inhale, we look up to heaven. Exhale, we relax the shoulders, we bring the elbows in, we face forward, we place the hands into prayer, and we bring the hands right up to the chest. We exhale. Another deep breath through the nose. Exhale, please bow down. And say namaste. Inhale up. We smile. We shake off the tension. And we receive and hold the energy. Use it wisely as you go about your day. Thank you for coming, for liking, sharing, subscribing, all that. So, namaste. See you next time.